Hello. Welcome to my podcast. My name is Adia Delacan, also called the Rest Coach. I am in the business of helping other people to find rest in their journey, especially women out there. So I am a best-selling author of my book, Rest, Find Yourself as a Woman Again, and also have been collaborating with other people to learn more about what they're doing to help others to find rest in their own journey. So look out for those upcoming podcasts as well, because I will be bringing different special guests. We've had Whitney on the previous podcast. Definitely check that out because I think it was a great conversation, and I am looking for others. If you are interested and you're listening into this podcast and you have a business or you have a coaching thing that you've been doing to help other women to find rest in their journey, definitely reach out to me. I will put my email address in the description, and I would love to talk more with you. But let's get into this podcast today. So today I am going to be talking more about health and wellness in regards to what you put in your body. So when they say you are what you eat, I think it's something that can be positive or negative in both sense, but eating healthy requires you to form a habit. It also requires you to set goals and to stay on top of it. Now, personally, myself, I have always said that I don't like meal plans. I've struggled with that, and I'm still working on that myself. But I have been reading books and listening to different teachers and people that are experts in the area of nutrition and health, and have learned over the years that it requires us to actually listen to how we eat and what we put in our bodies. So the first question would be, do you know what works for you? Do you understand what foods are good for you? I know some of us have sensitivities to foods, and I do with some foods that I do eat, even though it may be healthy. It's always good to know the cues. Maybe you are allergic to the food, definitely don't want to be eating it, or you start to have like coughing or rash and stuff like that. I have a tendency to have a little reaction that I do pay attention and I don't eat that again. But when you're coming to talk about eating healthier and eating differently, it requires you to be open to that change and sticking to it. Now, I am an advocate for eating healthier and holistically eating for my health and eating to be able to keep a balance of my body as a whole. And that requires you to choose stuff that you like. Now, one thing that is for sure is that not everyone likes everything the same. So you may like some fruits and you may not like some other types. You may like some vegetables, you may not like some beans. I've heard people say they don't like this, like a whole section of foods, but they will eat one thing. So choose the things that you like to eat. Now, I'm going to challenge you when it comes to eating healthier is pick something that you have never eaten before and try and see whether you like it. Because sometimes it may be just because you've seen it and you're not sure, you've never tried it. It doesn't hurt to not try it, to at least taste it. I've done that as well. Also, it's so important to make sure we're eating fruits and vegetables, whole grains if you can. I know there's different diets out there that say don't eat carbs. So whatever works for you, and that's one thing I've written in my book, that diets are different for each person. Lifestyle is what I call it, not diets, is the best thing that works for you. So if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel good, if you look better, you love how you feel, your lab works look good, your doctor says you're perfect, do what you need to do. I'm an advocate for healthy living, healthy foods. Personally, on my journey, I'm going to backtrack to my own story. Over the years, because I'm Nigerian by descent, so we eat our traditional foods, which I've learned how to cook. And I've watched other people kind of tweak how they cook their own traditional food, especially when it comes to the meats and the fish and everything. So over the last few years, I was a vegetarian for a good, I think about 10 years. And I regressed back to eating like my family because my husband, my kids eat meat and stuff. So I decided to just go back to that because I was doing too much at once. I was multitasking too much. I was stressing out too much on how, who, what, where. So I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and step back for a bit and just go and eat, but not eat as much meat. I just kind of ate a little bit here and there. But over the years, I didn't really like it. I haven't really been happy with it, to be honest with you. And I decided that I need to get back to being more of a whole plant based diet instead of eating animal meat. So this is a new journey again for me to go back to what I've been doing over the last few years. Um, and I was doing that when I was with my boys before my daughter. So it's been a few years since I've been vegan, vegetarian, or plant based. So when it comes to whole foods, I've been listening to audio books. I've also been reading up on studies and stuff. And if you have any type of medical conditions, definitely seek advice from your doctor. That's the disclaimer. One thing I've read in some of the books, if you're interested in knowing the books I've read, I'm sure you've heard about them, that when you're putting in plant-based foods into your system more, even if you are eating animal meat, it helps with your digestion, it helps to build your cells, it gives you more nutrition, in addition to helping with any like joint pain and stuff like that. I've noticed that when I don't eat enough plant-based foods that I tend to be more sluggish. And one thing I've learned is that things digest better when you are putting the right foods in your system. So pay attention to what you eat, look at labels, learn and understand your body. So if you are someone who doesn't know about lab work when you're taking your lab work with your doctors, or you're seeing a doctor and you're asking those questions but you're not getting the answers, you need to educate yourself and make sure that you understand what's wrong with your body. So educate yourself, read, study, ask those questions. Those are so important when it comes to your health and your nutrition. So write down a few things that you want to change for yourself in the next few weeks, and choose one thing that you want to add to your diet regimen, lifestyle regimen that you feel will work for you. Also, increase your water intake. Water is part of our body. It's so important to make sure we're drinking enough water because our bodies are made at least 70%, at least, they're saying even higher, of water. So if you're not drinking enough water, you're drinking all the colas, you're drinking all the sugary stuff, you're drinking so much coffee, and you are so dehydrated that you are not even drinking water. The best key to know whether you are well hydrated is when you are using the bathroom, look at your pee. If your pee color is dark as heck yellow, if it's dark, you are dehydrated. You need to make sure you're hydrated. If you start getting sharp pains in the weirdest places, your kidneys are giving you a warning sign that you're dehydrated. So that's why I said to listen to your body. Listen to how your body runs and how it is actually doing. Overall, make sure that you love your journey when you are taking care of yourself and eating the right foods. Enjoy your food. Enjoy the time when you sit down to eat. Another thing that can be a distractor for you to overeat or not eat the right things is you're eating while you're watching TV, you're eating while you're on your phone, you're eating while you're doing stuff. Take time to sit down and enjoy the food that you're putting into your system and let it actually digest and actually let it sink in that you ate a great meal. And tell yourself you ate a great meal. So if you have any tips, tricks, anything that you want to leave a comment on, definitely comment in the podcast comments on what you do with your health and with your diet or your lifestyle nutrition. And if you're on the YouTube channel, definitely like, subscribe, and also click on the comments and put in what foods do you love to eat that are healthy? What meals do you love to eat that are healthy? I would definitely love to see your comments. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. And I hope